Abortion is not a solution for babies with any diagnosis or who've been deemed incompatible with life. Hey, Post-Origin, I'm Kristan Hawkins. Welcome to this How to Win This Week episode on the Explicitly Pro-Life podcast. Hope you've subscribed and make sure you're sharing all of the episodes. Today, I want to talk about something that we've seen a lot of conversation going on in our country, and that is children who are labeled incompatible with life and what we should do with them. That term incompatible for life in itself is dehumanizing, and nothing renders someone more incompatible with life than dismembering, poisoning, or lethally injecting him or her. Doctors have to stop this ableism. They have to stop this ableism that's going on in medicine by committing to care for their patients, born and preborn. It is not healthcare to kill someone, period. I don't care what they may have been diagnosed with or what the geneticists may say they may suffer from. It's not healthcare to end the life of another human being. As a mom of 2 children with cystic fibrosis, I am way too familiar with the attitude that says that children who are disabled or terminally ill are not worth bringing to term, not worth delivering, not worth investing time and love and care into. This is selfishness. This is what it is. I've heard this over and over again in chat rooms that I've debated folks about abortion on, about how they actually get it. The hypocrisy is crazy. They say that people like me who had 2 children with cystic fibrosis are actually selfish. Selfish because I brought into this world human beings who are doomed to suffer. Their solution is to end the life of the sufferer and not the suffering. Their solution is to make our lives better. Because as anyone who's a parent knows, there's no greater suffering that you can endure as a parent than to watch your own child suffer. Their solution is, we're going to stop your suffering by ending the sufferer. And we're going to call it compassion. This is not an attitude where a civilized culture can have towards the most vulnerable, and it results in devastating effects. So how do you help a family who has received a devastating diagnosis in the womb? It's not by saying, oh, just go have an abortion and the life of the child. It's by coming alongside them, suffering with them, having true compassion, and ensuring they have what they need to help their child survive and thrive for as long as possible. One solution is Perinatal Hospice. It's an incredible resource that exists to do just this. Perinatal Hospice assists families of children who aren't expected to live long after birth, to prepare for a dignified delivery, to prepare to have the whole family there to bond and meet with the child, to deliver palliative care so the child isn't in pain after he or she is born, to arrange for funeral services after the child passes. This is what Perinatal Hospice does. There's another great I'll give you the one website. It's perinatalhospice.org. You can go there. You can find the nearest perinatal hospice service. Another resource I want to refer you to is a group called Prenatal Partners for Life, and it was founded by my good friend Mary Kellett in Minnesota. Perinatal Partners was founded after Mary gave birth to her son Peter, who was born trisomy 18. Many children, trisomy 18 is similar to trisomy 21 Down syndrome, but more severe. Many of these children don't survive long after birth, but some do. Her son Peter lived for a number of years before his life was ended by the hospital there in Minnesota. But when Mary gave birth to her son, the hospital told her, just take him home, keep him comfortable. But he can't eat because he has a cleft palate. A lot of babies are born with cleft palates. Mary actually had to fight to ensure that her son could eat. This should never be. Her son Peter lived, I think, for 6 or 7 years and was the joy of her family's life. So Mary has set up an organization, Perinatal Partners for Life, where, if you know a family who has received a terrible diagnosis about their child in the womb, or if their child has been born and the child isn't expected to survive, you can call Mary, call her team, and they will actually help you find partners, allies, community members who can come alongside you. Other families who've experienced a similar diagnosis, who can give you their best advice. Killing an innocent child isn't a solution to any diagnosis, fatal or not. We've got to change the status quo. And we've got to do that by educating ourselves in the pro-life movement and those within our circles of influence about nonviolent, life-affirming alternatives.